Okay, real well insulated. All right, it's 10 a.m. This meeting is a community meeting. It was set up for the citizens of the city of Sandy Oaks to be able to hear proposals for solid waste collection within our city. What this would be a contract given to a vendor for a specific period of time. We sent out requests for proposals to 10 different companies. 3 of them responded. We got response from Apache Disposal Incorporated, Republic Services, and from, I want to get the name right here, Tiger Sanitation. Those are the 3 that gave us a response by the required time. How do y'all want to go in what kind of order do we want to do these?
Who's present?
Let's go with who's present, and then we'll just read off the others. Is there anybody from Republic here to give their presentation? Is there anybody from Apache? Okay, well then that's going to give Tiger Sanitation. Y'all are up. And those of us on the council, we do have the proposal. I want everybody to keep in mind that all of these vendors that gave us a proposal, they spent considerable amount of money drawing this stuff up. This wasn't cheap for them to do. And they came in and they are now going to let you know if they get a contract, what they will provide for you. All right? The floor is yours, sir. You can tell us who you are and what you've got for us.
Good morning, honorable city council members and residents. My name is Joseph Coelho, and I'm the HOA and Municipal Accounts Manager for Tiger Sanitations. And to my left is Joey Strain, and he is involved with the operations of the company. So we have two different sides here representing to offer you information as well as answer questions for you, not only just on the contract side, but on the service side. Tiger Sanitation has been roughly in business for over 15 years, and we have been servicing this area for about 4 or 5 years now, with probably about 30% of penetration of the entire neighborhood for Sandy Oaks and such. We are a sovereign company, as well as we are female-owned, president and vice president. Our concerns with doing business are based on employees first, safety second, and with having happy employees and safe operations, the entire servicing is transferred to the residents with good vehicles, good service, good communication. We would like the opportunity to propose to the city of Sandy Oaks our residential services, which would include automated waste collection, disposal 1 time per week, containers provided by us, recyclables collected and processed 1 time per week by a separate truck. Containers would also be provided by us. Bulk waste to be collected quarterly, curbside. Brush collection to be collected quarterly in conjunction with the bulk waste. Quarterly residential dumpster service will also be offered as an option in place of a solid waste cart service. For this base proposal, $16.50, and we just did verify that it is plus tax, but all other fees, your fuel surcharges and so on, would be included in that $16.50. We have alternates for service. Alternate 1 would be an automated waste collection and disposal 1 time per week with the containers provided. Recyclable collections and process every other week for recyclables. Okay. That alternate would be $15.25 plus tax.
What does that have for the bulk pickup?
The bulk pickup would also stay the same.
In the $15.75.
Right, we're basically looking at the fact that we're just changing from recyclables on a weekly basis to recyclables every month.
Yeah, let's hold our questions until he's through with his,
We have pads up here if you want to make notes. Alternate 2, automated solid waste collection and disposal twice per week. Of course, containers provided by us, recyclable collection and processed one time per week by a separate truck. Bulk waste to be collected quarterly, curbside brush collection to be collected quarterly in conjunction with the bulk waste pickup. Residential dumpster service will also be offered. It is an option in place of the solid waste carts. Alternate 2 would be $21.25. Alternate 3, automated solid waste collection and disposal twice per week. Recyclables collected and processed every other week. And then, of course, the bulk pickup and bulk waste quarterly. That option would be $19.75.
It's not a monthly basis.
I'm sorry?
$19.75 a month.
That's correct.
one of the things that we wanted to clear up on this, billing will be done by your company,
Billing would be done by our company.
okay? Another thing, the solid waste for the dumpsters, those are one of the residential dumpsters, the 2, 3, 4 yard, whatever they are. You had some
Additional pricing on this side?
different pricing on those, or additional pricing on those. I believe you said 2 yard dumpster once a week is $56, $58 a month.
Correct.
Okay. It's listed, I know it says residential and commercial. So anyway, there are dumpsters available for those that want them or that already have them. Y'all do not currently have a franchise fee
Built in.
incorporated or built into what you have. If a franchise fee was asked for by the city, that would be an add-on fee to your billing, correct?
That would be correct.
Okay. Yeah. Make sure on that. As far as you know, there is no fuel surcharge added to these prices?
It is not.
Okay. And I know that you were looking in here and I was reading this. It says a 5-year contract with an option to renew for 2 years. Are you proposing that these prices are going to be locked in at that price for 5 years? Or is there a mechanism that if, something drastic happens in the economy, are they going to be raised, or how do we?
Typically in the agreement, and I haven't looked at that portion of the proposal, but typically there is built-in CPIs
Okay,
throughout the time of the contract, and there's usually a clause for unforeseen or acts of God or nature or whatever is affected. I mean, if diesel suddenly went to $10 a gallon, that would obviously be something unforeseen.
yeah, well, it would impact you, I understand that.
Yeah. So then we go back to the top. So there's usually a clause that we can do that with council approval. But a lot of the specifics are how it's negotiated out. If you decide you want to come with us, that's when we sit down and hammer out a lot of those details.
Okay. Another one that I was interested in was, let's say a resident all of a sudden is coming up and he's, or somebody that has a vacant lot, all of a sudden they're clearing a bunch of brush and they want to have a special pickup done. Will y'all be able to allow for that if an individual wants to call you and have a one-time pickup, and
Absolutely.
you would have a fee available? I know it would be by fee, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
But,
Absolutely.
pardon? Yeah, well, it could be a roll-off, but if you wanted to do just a regular curbside brush, you could contract for that, I'm sure.
The roll-off would require scheduling, where we would in fact drop it off, and then the pickup after we fill that.
Yes. That is a question on the bulk items, when you do bulk pickup, I realize that we're out in the country, people cut trees all the time. Are you gonna limit as to what you're gonna pick up? Are you picking up, when you say bulk items, furniture, refrigerators, stuff like that, no brush, or are you gonna pick up brush?
Okay.
Brush is gonna be a big issue out there.
Understood, not a problem. I can relate to that. Number one, you mentioned refrigerators. Refrigerators will not be picked up unless they have been drained by a certified vendor. So there cannot be any Freon in the refrigerator, and it has to be tapped. So then, yes, we would pick that up. As far as bulk is concerned, we ask that the bundles are no more than 40 pounds, and that they are wrapped or tied up with no longer than a 3.5 foot length.
So we're not talking about San Antonio, when you drive down the street in San Antonio, people have got a 10-foot pile of brush and furniture in front of their house.
Right.
It's not going to be that type of a collection. Okay.
Now, the opportunity to have a community-wide roll-off come in, where they could, in fact, then, back in the pickup trucks or such, bring in those big branches and fill up a roll-off, then that would be an opportunity that we could offer. So if there's a devastating storm that comes through and there's, tree limbs everywhere and such, by contacting us, we can schedule something and go that route.
Okay, so
what's
just
your
to
stand?
clarify, the bulk pickup will be bundles. It'll be bundled. It won't be sofas and chairs.
Oh, no,
No,
as far as
the
the
brush-
bulky item, that's bulky items.
The brush has to be bundled.
That's an
Okay.
issue. That's an issue. I mean,
Yeah.
So in other words, you're saying that refrigerators and air conditioners that have the Freon in them, they have to be professionally drained
Correct.
before you will pick them up?
That's correct.
Okay,
They're not allowed in the landfills unless they are in fact tapped.
okay. Well, they would, I would hope you would send those to the recycling center and not to the landfill.
For the most part, but again, we can't even put them on our trucks unless they're tapped.
Okay,
That becomes an issue of transporting hazardous materials at that point.
So you're going to pick up mattresses and couches and stuff like that?
Correct. That's your bulky pickup, and then your brush pickup again is where you have your tree limbs and such.
On your recyclables, how's that going to work? Is that going to be a bin somewhere to take to, or are you going to have to hand it to the recycling?
As a resident, you'll be given a cart for your recyclables.
Okay.
It'll be a separate cart. It'll be a brown cart with green lid.
Does that include your brush? Can you put brush in there or not?
No, it's not on the,
Okay.
that's completely different as far as where it would be going.
Does recyclables include like plastics?
Yes, we would provide you, the recycling can actually has a big sticker on it that shows what is acceptable and such. When all of this goes through, you'll get a welcome package from us. In that welcome package, we'll list out all of the recyclables that are acceptable and what is not acceptable.
One other thing, with the lot of fuel that we have on the market and the barrel price of oil is dropping, let's say fuel gets down to around $1 a gallon, will the prices go down?
Okay. That's always a great question, and everyone really thinks that, fuel charges for fuel. But actually, a fuel charge, when you break it down, is including all of the maintenance that is involved with keeping our vehicles safe and on the road doing the job. So it encompasses, your oil changes, it encompasses all the maintenance on the actual vehicles. And we just kind of break it down to a fuel surcharge.
If you got an exclusive contract to purchase the Sandios, how many trucks do you think you would have out there around twice if they were doing it?
I'll leave that to 400.
That would basically be one truck per service.
What?
A day?
how many
How many residents were you talking about?
For San Diego.
Right, how many?
I believe I saw that there was around 400.
No.
By the
You
way,
can just about triple that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Let me rephrase the question. How many homes?
I'm sorry.
How many homes?
4,000.
Yes, there's about 1,800 individual properties, and I want to say there's between 1,100 and 1,200 occupied
Okay,
that have a home or a mobile home or residence of some sort on them.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
I would think you would fill one truck up rather rapidly in a day, yeah. You would-
So over a week's period, let's just say Monday through Friday, how many trucks would you have a day?
it depends a lot on the option you take. If it's the once a week, and we're done once a week on trash, that would be done, on one day with the most 2 trucks on the trash. Recycle would be 1 truck on the recycle day. And then, of course, if it's twice a week trash, then probably 2 more on that day. At the worst case scenario, on the second trash day. Typically, the trash, the second day is a little lighter, so it doesn't take as much capacity. But that's a good rule of thumb for what we're talking about here. Worst case, 2 on a trash day, and then 1 on a
what about like the 2-yard dumpsters?
That would
I
be,
know there are a lot of us in here that have them. And would that entail another truck on a different day?
it would. That's a totally different type of collection, so it's an entirely different type of vehicle. So, but that would be, if I remember right, everything we're doing in that area is once a week. So that would be 1 truck on 1 day. There are twice a week in the city that, the second day. That is a separate type truck, so it's separate from the rest of the
Keep in mind, right now, we have, I think, 5 vendors that are picking up regular trash, and I believe 4 that are doing dumpsters. So you've got 9 trucks a week running through basically all of our streets picking things up. They're talking about cutting this down to 2 per week, or 5, even if he had more than 1 truck on a particular day to pick up, both of those trucks aren't running every single street. They would have routes within there. So each street would have a one truck per week that way. Or at least I hope it would be that way. You wouldn't duplicate your
Oh, no.
your routes. Yeah, okay.
We don't like to duplicate each other.
Yes, yeah. They don't need your trucks following each other around, yes.
Excuse me, just for a second, folks. Whoever has a red Dodge out here that's parked behind another vehicle.
Well, you sure were patient about that. Thank you.
Question for both you and the city council. You listed 3 alternatives. Will we have those 3 alternatives, or will the city council have those 3 alternatives?
That's probably going to be us. We're going to take input from y'all to see what you want. And if we go with a contract, we're going to go with what most of you ask for. But no, they're not going to come out here and do 1 day a week for one residence, and then your next door neighbor is going to get twice a week. That just wouldn't be economical for them to do such a thing. They're going to have a standardized contract.
There was a question earlier about the franchising, and it is spelled out here that we...
Yeah, that's why I was just making sure, confirming that.
Yeah, not a problem. And as far as the billing, again, it's 30-day cycle. And,
But you say a 30-day cycle. Are you going to be billing monthly, or are you going to be billing quarterly?
presently, we're doing a quarterly, and there are some situations where we're doing a monthly. It's always 1 month in advance.
Right.
On that.
Okay. I know most of the dumpster service is always done monthly, but does your company do automatic drafts for people that want to do their payments that way?
Everyone is allowed, it has to be a capability to go onto our website, which we will spell out for everyone in their welcome package, how to go on there and do that. What happens is they go online, find the website, go to the setup account tab. Once they've put in their information, they'll be contacted by an actual rep, phone conversation, verify that the account is in fact active, and then go forward from there. One of the probably the biggest issues that we have with the online accounts is when people get their new cards that they have an expired card on file and they don't update the system, well, all of a sudden their bill is past due.
Right.
Because the assumption is that it's coming out. So that's one of the things that we stress in our online program is that you always remember to go in and change the card information.
Right, you're addressing cards there. You do actually do one that is like a checking account draft, where you don't have to worry about this expired card. Okay.
Well, yeah, some of those though, if they ever lose a card and then they have to get another card issued, it's normally not the same.
Well, no,
card.
I don't. What I currently have on mine is that the company drafts my checking account. They don't draft the card.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if you had that particular. You do. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Then you never have to worry about an expired card.
Something without an expiration date is always better.
Yes, it is. Especially when I'm getting older. Okay.
There was a question I think on the second.
Yes, I have one, and probably addressed to both the city council and Tiger. As background, I'm currently with Tiger, and I'm happy with the service.
Yes.
But what would be Tiger's responsibility and/or the city's responsibility if something happens during the course of this contract? Say there is an accident and there's some damage to somebody's property or something bad. Or if the service level drops off. And again, I'm happy with Tiger. I don't want it to change. But we do have currently options. I like Tiger, but you say we have 5 different trash companies out here?
I believe there's 5 that are picking up.
Well, okay, those folks who are with the other 4, maybe they're happy with them too. What happens if? What is the city's responsibility and what is yours?
I would need to use the word liability.
Your company is bonded.
Yeah.
You're bonded?
Yeah.
You're bonded. There's your insurance. They're bonded.
They're bonded and they're
They just
insured,
don't
they're
bond.
insured. And they provided that information to us.
So what is the city council's responsibility if the service level drops off?
We have a contract.
We have a
If we have a
contract.
contract, failure to provide services as specified in the contract.
So how often can they come to you
If there's an issue, we'll address it.
There's an
to
issue.
address an issue?
Yes, as it occurs.
Okay.
Typically, underneath the municipal contract, there is specific language addressing any failures to perform on the part and remedies for that. It could be also even to see there is an issue, we're contacted, we deal with it.
So we'll know about it.
Again, I'm happy with that.
Have you ever had the opportunity to call in for any, missed pickups or anything like that?
Yeah.
Live service rep, immediately taken care of. So that's basically our business model, is we have real live people working there every day, taking calls for new accounts and such, so.
You might want
And our
to-
estimation
you
from
might want to tell
account
them.
rep to manager is within 24 hours. So that following day, you will receive a phone call back from a manager of that specific area to address any issues, and then a follow-up
It's Appendix
email
6.
as well as call that the issue has been resolved and confirmed by
Bottom of the first page.
Again, I have no complaints. It just, there are folks who live
Let me try to clear that up. I can try to clear that up a little bit for you. In appendix number 6 in their service hotline deal, at the very end of the page, it says there, at the close of each month, Tiger Sanitation will review all concerns and complaints with the City of San Diego staff to ensure that the City of San Diego staff has an exceptional comfort level with the service delivery and customer complaint recovery process.
that sounds good.
Will we have somebody on the city council or working for the city or whatever that's gonna act as a liaison with these folks?
And in all probability, right now, that's going to be another job that's going to be dumped on our city clerk.
Sorry, Charlotte.
Charlie, can you express applause?
Yeah, Pedro.
Just gonna be the most
What would be the
popular.
length of the contract for the initial?
5 years with a 2-year option to renew.
Now, that 2 years is gonna be ongoing, right? I mean, every 2 years, you got the option to renew again?
No, at the end of 5 years, they'll have an option to renew for another 2, or they can say, we don't want to do this anymore and walk away, we have to get another one.
Okay.
You have equipment and everything, if you got this contract to do it.
Absolutely.
You don't have to get a new truck for recycling.
Now, as a matter of fact, we're a sovereign company. So if we need a new truck, we just go out and buy it. And that's basically, we have one of the better records our records for safety as well as accidents and such is one of the better of all of the vendors in the Texas area as well as nationwide. So we have the equipment, we have the manpower, we're ready. And we have the experience by servicing this area already.
If we start picking up dead animals off the street, is that a different place we got to take these things, or?
I'm sorry, I don't.
If we take dead animals like a dog that's hit or a cat that's hit in the street, is that something separate we have to deal with, or do they just go in the dumpster or what?
We have a lot of that.
Or the trash?
That's something we can talk about the best way to handle that. There are options.
Okay.
I've been to the Tesla Road landfill when the city of San Antonio trucks back up and empty. And I've been there when they've emptied 8 or 10 horses from some horse ranch's place. It's unbelievable what they dump out there. So I can't imagine why there would be a lot of problem if a dog or a cat ended up in one of the dumpsters.
There would be a lot of.
Okay. I was asking.
There's different ways you can do that, depending on what may work better.
Yeah, I was out there about 3 years ago and I was dumping some stuff and all of a sudden this big trailer comes up and it dumps and out come about 8 or 9 horses. And it was just horrible to see these horses. And I mean, that's where they live. That's where they ended up.
You said there are options. What are those options?
Well, there's a couple things. It depends on what the city wants. Whether you want to container a specific location just for that, people to do it, or are we talking about individual residents picking up something? Yeah, that won't be an issue. For your own container's integrity, they won't back that up.
Especially if you keep it near your back door.
Yeah, really. Whoosh.
Yes, Pedro?
I hope that the city council takes into consideration that the lowest bid may not necessarily be the best bid.
Well, that's why we're going to listen to all of the vendors
This is
in
going to be
here.
the first time that we have the service, and we're going to want to have satisfied customers. If the
Absolutely.
whole
I
city
agree.
supports it, it was something that'll keep going, with the trash pickup and the recycling and the bulk items. We want to have a top-notch service, and I think people are willing to pay if the service is there. Because we're going to get a savings either way because of the volume of what the city council will consider.
I agree, yeah.
All of them.
Any more questions for Tiger? One more back here.
Just one question. If we have two-yard dump, but if we wanted to have something for recycling, is that good for us?
We could work something out. You've got quite a few residents that have the dumpsters.
Yes, I'm guilty of that. I have one. And here's a good question for you on that. My dumpster, I've got 2 entrances to my property, one on a regular city street and then one that goes back into the acreage property. they pick the dumpster up, they drive in on the acreage property and take it. If I was to have recycle, of course, I would want it picked up out in the front.
Correct.
I wouldn't want to haul that recycle, you know, another 900 yards down the back 40 to get it there. If somebody has a dumpster, they're still going to have the recycling available to them, correct?
That is my understanding.
Okay.
Now, like you said, one thing is that the container would have to be curbside. It's not one that would be able to go into a property.
Now, the dumpsters, you will go in on the property to get them?
I believe some we already do. We prefer curbside, but there's some that we do have to go in to the property. Preference obviously is that it's by the street where we can get it.
Well, our big concern as the city is on that is 65,000 pound truck standing over top of a water line somewhere, dumping things, or a gas line, because there are some gas lines out here.
And I think one of the goals is not to have a dumpster on easement or right of way. There's several others there.
Probably not.
So they need to be on private property. Right.
One more question on the recyclables there. Now, is this something that you could, like, take it to the roadside and deliver that?
It's a cart.
Okay.
A wheeled cart? Or is
It's a wheeled cart.
Is it a wheeled
Same
cart?
size as
Okay.
the trash can.
Okay.
Theoretically, you got every resident in Watersville with a technical price, and you get a price for everything you want. You had everybody out there.
And actually, the proposals we put together were based on the assumption that
Being a loan, their pricing is based on being a loan vendor, or the only vendor. And that would have to be addressed by a city ordinance in order to do that. Which, you know, obviously is not going to happen here today, but it will be addressed at a future council meeting.
If I understand correctly, your pricing or your proposal was based on number of 400?
No. I'm sorry. My notes, when I was looking down, I looked at the wrong thing. My apologies. It has here that it's based on 3,800 to 4,000 residents.
That's the number of people,
There's
okay.
300.
Yeah.
Correct.
Not homes, that's
Correct.
people.
Okay.
Okay, I got you. Okay, you're basing the amount of refuse you're gonna pick up on a per person basis, okay.
I had another part to that question. Your current fuel surcharge, which I think is a little bit misleading, because there is a Department of Energy calculation for fuel surcharge, very specific to fuel. But that is, what's your current rate on that?
Now, you got me on that one, because I don't fool with that side too.
Okay, well, I know I looked at the bill a couple months ago, and I want to say it was hovering around $9 or $10 per bill.
For 3 months?
Yes, and so the question becomes, by becoming exclusive, is this something that will be negotiated to a more reasonable price? Or,
It's my understanding that the pricing we received there, that is the price. There will be no fuel surcharge added to it.
okay,
It's included in it.
It's included, okay.
okay.
Fuel surcharge might be for the moment, 13 cents a gallon.
Right. And it's based on
But
a
it's based on
DOE dollar
6
gallon.
miles to the gallon.
Right,
That's a DOT, that's a DOE.
right. And I think it's a penny per nickel, or so.
It started at $1.26 per gallon, and it goes up every 6 cents.
6 cents.
When I mentioned pricing, that there was just, the pricing was plus tax. No other fees.
And we get some of that tax.
Yeah, sales tax.
So
Okay.
you're saying that if this contract is signed, that the residential customers would no longer have to pay the 8.9 fuel charge?
So it's just this amount plus tax.
No increase for 5 years.
Well,
I didn't say that.
he did say it.
With unforeseen, there are, again,
Right.
the landfill all of a sudden raises our fee, or their fees to us. then there will be adjustments. But that's all made in writing to the city.
But as it stands right now, the ones you've got, if you get an increase in your landfill or your fuel or whatever, you're going to adjust the prices you currently have anyway. It's going to happen.
And typically, the way that works, just for those that don't know, if we're under this contract, we can't just suddenly decide next month we're going to raise the price. Anything that we do on a price adjustment, will be presented to council, the reason behind it stated, and then approved by council. We can't just arbitrarily go out and do it.
When are we hoping to start the new contract?
Well, the logistics in them getting every, or whatever, if we go with a contract, the logistics would be that they would have to be able to get all of their accounts online or set up, and then whatever date, I'm rather certain that whatever companies are out here, they have already sent out notices for the current quarter for October, November, December. Me personally, I think we're probably looking at starting something of this nature, probably January 1st. And that would be yeah. I think everything could be worked out and hashed out, and all of the containers could be brought in. Whatever company, if we decide with the company, y'all may decide we want to say, hey, the heck with this, we want to leave it like it is. We don't know. This is something that, like I say, the citizens need to input on this. Anything else for Tiger? Okay, I believe thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, we have a gentleman from the Republic.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are Terry Bullock?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, sir, you have the floor.
Thank you. All of the council citizens. First of all, I apologize. We'll make the municipal manager's mother have I live between Floresville and McCoy out in the center here, and my wife and daughter had a goat show in Rockville, and I drove supersonic this way to get over here to get to as quick as I could. Bad wreck and all that was being out here. I'm familiar with the area also. We're by here every day. We take care of the city of Floresville, the city of Pleasanton, and a plethora of other ones around here. We've been around forever now. We're the second largest in the world, which don't mean everything. Tigers, not that big, but they're a good company also. I believe we gave you all a variety of different prices to choose from.
I've got them here. I don't know if you have them
I
with
do
you.
not.
Okay.
Oh, you want mine?
I kind of know them with my head.
Okay.
Basically, we got a variety of things from the low price for, once we've served the option of recycling, an option to double your service for having an extra card at a very, very low range. But I heard y'all talk about a lot of other things that were really interesting to me, that were fascinating. Y'all talk about fuel, disposal, all those kind of things. That would really be safety was the big one. I like to hear about that. I'm more out of safety. I don't want to ever go to another one. We have to guarantee we're self-insured. Safety. Everybody that works for us. The background check is crazy. There's cameras on everything. As far as the ability to service the city, I hear anybody for reference to the city of Floresville or your neighbor, Bruce Christian sitting down here, Henrietta, in Floresville, they're dear friends of ours. They like us so much in Folsom, they did a 10-year contract with us in Pleasanton. Floresville has a 5-year contract, and they said in 2 years, and they're only 1 year into it. So there's a reason behind that, a big reason. But again, listening here, there's so many questions about like for instance, the dog, the dead dog on the road. I don't know if it's in the contract or not, but as far as any municipal services, if the city don't have a city hall someday or something, you need a chance for that. I'll give all that to you. The amount of participation you get from our company, as far as being a partner, well, I don't want to say partner, but doing a good job, doing the right thing, we're there. But that's all true from finding out from what we really do and how we do participate. You talk about fuel surcharges and things like that. All that's there's none of that hidden stuff in my pricing. All that's included. The only price increase we ever get from us is whatever CPI is. Whatever CPI is, that's what it is. dumpsters out to get their fill. Landfill, we don't test it, control that. So we can monitor all that. I got a long-term contract with Fitchburg, so they're good too.
I'll give the rates that they, that y'all proposed here on it. Fully automated residential collection per household, $15.40 base rate per month. Includes one time per week with a 95-gallon cart. Cart contents only. An extra 95-gallon cart will cost you $8 per month for each one. Residential bulk pickup, twice per year, $3.90 per month for each, up to 3 cubic yards per residential unit. One free 30-yard roll-off pickup per month. What is that?
Well, y'all had a contract, well, whoever looked at RFP did a great job. That was Booker, it was the bond and insurance was higher than any city I've ever been on. Including Congress, but we did, we put it all in there, we didn't want to get beat no out for anything. But anyhow, y'all wanted a free one, for, say for instance, somebody had a house that's in your way or something, y'all wanted to go in there, we're gonna haul that for free every month for you.
Okay.
You don't have to have it every month, you save off at one time.
Okay. Then out-of-cycle residential brush and bulky curbside collection, $35 per cubic yard. I guess that's if somebody calls you and wants an additional pickup?
Yes, yes, we'll get to that.
And then, of course, you also have the 2, 3, 4 yard dumpsters, and that would be in lieu of the, if somebody had a dumpster, that would be in lieu of the...
This young lady spoke about it at her house and recycle can, we can throw that in there.
Now, you're recycling, that has an additional charge to it?
Yes.
Additional $10 per month per resident?
Is that what it says?
That's what I thought it was.
That's once a week maybe or something?
Once a week, recycle. Maybe I'm reading the wrong
That doesn't
one.
sound correct, but it might be.
Extra, city related free of charge.
Should be $3 or $4.
Okay, I don't see it on here. $3.90 residential bulk pickup price per year is $3.90. I'm looking for his, if he has an additional charge for recycle.
No, they just didn't.
Okay. Yeah, right, this one I don't see it. I was reading a different one.
Recycling.
Now, on billing, you all are wanting the city of San Diego to do the billing and we pay you?
That was an option y'all had, you could do the same exact thing they did, we have automated.
Oh, okay.
For you. I don't think commercial dumpsters, they're monthly.
And it says in here, a franchise agreement, the sample franchise agreement has been included. I didn't find it. Anything else in that? Do you happen to know what the franchise agreement is, or is that an add-on
There
charge?
was a sample contract that y'all could utilize for various cities, if you do, like, if you want a franchise agreement, you have to work this and all that.
Okay, that would be an add-on charge in other words. No?
There's no add-on charge to anything you got there.
Okay. Do you know what the basic franchise fee is?
The city of, there's one of the different cities, for instance, the city of Pleasant, they on their industrial roll-off, they get a return back from us at 7% of their bill, so we return that back to the city. And other ones have a commercial, anywhere from 5 to 7% that we return back to the city.
Okay, now that's only on commercial, that's not on
Yes, that's
residential.
right.
Okay.
And that's an option for the city. I would like to get into that bulk pickup stuff. That's always an interesting thing. We put a 3-yard bulk truck there. A lot of the tricks to the municipal world is the hooker crook and how the contract's written. And you'll read some people say we can't lift 50 pound, 45 pound, 90 pound, wherever they put their contract. When it comes to bulk, we don't use manpower, we can't, because of liability and safety, because the way that people hurt their back, you got lost in the city, all kinds of stuff, we don't do that. What we do is grapple hooks, trucks that have a claw like that, that we pick up, keep it in the box, rattle off, and that's actually a perk. For your house there. That $35 that we read about earlier, that's in case you'll have some issues, whatever, we go by and grab that too for a fee. Or it's, if there's more than allowed, we'll go for that also. We'll work with you on that.
Okay.
That
Anybody have any questions for Republic?
Yeah, so does that mean, you guys said that capability, does that mean that if I clear my land and a tree knocked down, I got a lot of brush in the ditch, you guys, how are you guys expecting to pick that up?
Yes, sir. Do it already. We're there.
And the good thing about it, when they have, anybody that has a contract, when they come and do that service, you generally get it for a much reduced rate than if you were to call these people on your own to get it done.
Even though we're big companies and all that, you talk about local service stuff. The phone's the answer. I phone there tonight, we got all that stuff here. Good people in the company.
So Republic is what used to be BFI, is that correct?
EFI, Allied Waste, they've all, I used to own that, Garden Tiger, but, old Cherokee Tiger, but Ron Day, they've all everybody.
Okay. Waste management?
Don't know waste management.
Okay.
Was there a fee for pickup twice a week at recycling?
There was not a twice a week included in their proposal, no. It was once a week.
I think there may be a price there, but like I said, if they choose to go twice.
Oh my God, you can recycle twice.
I don't have that much trash.
There's not very many.
See some of it, and it looks
It's a
like
waste
there's
for us
nothing
to have
for
twice a week.
recycle fee,
Yeah.
Recycle services, I don't see it in there, I saw a contract, unfortunately, they're dealing with recycling, but there's no price for that.
I'll make one up right now.
Please do.
I'll make one up right now. They'll get by it. I'll make it $4 and I'll make it.
Well, the reason why I brought it up is because it is a big problem, because people, the majority of the people living in our community have children, and they have a lot of trash. And you'll see the cans out there that are completely overfull. There's trash all over the road and everything else.
That's why,
I'm seeing that, that's the multiple family use one service, I'm seeing it.
and that's a no-no. You're not supposed to do
But
that.
you also see a lot of families that just have 3 or 4 children, and their trash is, they have one can protected.
And both of the companies that I spoke here today, they have this basic rate that they've got. And if you need a second can, basically it's half price for the second one if you need it. And that's still a pretty good deal compared to what you pay now.
But let me go ahead and ask that, either of you, not that I can both of you, an opportunity to answer. Do you have any type of program to work with low income families?
To pick up multiple families.
But low income.
Low income families, do you have any type of program to assist
Well,
low income families? If they went to you personally, not the city, but if they went to you personally.
I don't
what
have to
hardship-
there. We need some things for the handicap and for the seniors. There's a lot of people, seniors living out there by themselves. They have a hard time holding that card out there. We have a list that we do, the handicap and the seniors. If we know them people in advance, we'll walk up to their front door and get that card, bring it out, dump it, take it back.
I think I'm leaning more towards the employee, providing a service. I mean, because there are some low income people in there.
I think the price I gave was pretty darn good.
Question, I mean,
So I'll say no to that.
how much is it?
The thing where, the reason why we're asking that is because you do as well, the by you're going to people who don't have income service, and they were all kinds of stuff. Plastics, dead animals, everything is very unsafe for everybody around. But if we do have the recycling, if you use the recycling, there's going to be a whole lot less garbage going into the garbage.
If you use it, that's it, yeah. You gotta use it.
Right.
And if they run their recycling properly, with this size community, they can probably run a break even, at least a break even on it with the amount that they would get out there. Maybe even make some money. I know the city of San Antonio, they got a huge amount, they make money on theirs. We're nowhere near that kind of
to
money.
help promote recycling. I've seen the city of Pleasant go from $3, 3 pounds a week to go to 18 pounds a week on their recycling. So we run a campaign through the mail to kind of promote and show how it's all done. We'll do all that.
Good. I got a question. Tiger's never not picked up anything I put on the curb. TV one time. So I usually always have every couple of weeks I have 1 or 2 extra cans. And y'all, is it set price for just box?
No, I did not put stuff for trash on the
And
ground.
the tire picks up everything.
Yeah, we can put that in there, but the fact is, well, if you put an open bag where I live, my dog will come from my house over there and he'll spread that everywhere. I mean, as far as the TV goes.
No, I was just kidding about that.
All that comes in your privacy and a lot, we're not gonna have a back.
Ernest, it does say in here that the city's supposed to bid.
That is one of the options, yeah, but he said.
It doesn't
they
say
will
it's an
do-
option.
Yeah.
The answer to the
I know.
council
That's
question
why I
in
asked.
reference to assistance with low income and such, at this point in time, we do not have anything in place. But I would easily be willing to go back, reference, and email council on Monday if in fact everything is in the works.
Okay.
Probably where that 30-yard comes in, that can be utilized along with the donation to the city as far as they can utilize that kind of thing.
Okay, just to give everybody an idea, a 2-yard dumpster, they got it listed here, if I can read between all of this, $44.40 a month. A 3-yard, $66.64. The 4-yard is $88.85. For those that were interested in what the bulk containers of the dumpsters were available. If anybody has a dumpster like I do, you know that that's a bargain compared to what you're paying today. Any other questions for Republic?
Can I ask what, you mentioned that you do help out the disabled and the elderly by going to the house. Does Tiger also do
Yes, we
something
do.
similar?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, sorry.
It's all right. Anything else? Okay, the last proposal we had was from Apache Disposal. Is there anybody here from Apache? I would ask that you 2 guys, or 3 guys, please stick around. If these people want to mingle and talk to you when this is all over, I really, like for y'all to be available to answer questions. No, you're more than welcome to hear what Apache had to offer. In fact, they're going to be very pleased with what I'm about to present here. Oh, Apache Disposal. Monthly rates, one time a week, $30 per month, twice a week, $50 per month. An additional 15-gallon or 95-gallon cart will cost you $15 per month.
Just put that one in the trash.
They gave me a proposal.
Don't even recycle it. Are they actually servicing our area now for some people?
Apache, I know they have dumpsters in the area. I don't know if they're actually doing on-the-ground residential or not, but I have seen their dumpsters. Recycling will be collected by a separate truck and a separate container provided to the residents. Recycling will be picked up once a week at an additional $10 per month per residence. And it's only 18 gallons provided. But, and of course, they tell you that it'll be brown with the Apache logo. They can take clean plastic, newspaper, cardboard, aluminum cans, and no oil containers or glass. Okay, no curbside bulky waste pickup is offered. A central drop-off location could be arranged and billed by the load. No curbside brush collection offered. Again, a central drop-off location could be arranged and billed by the load. Residential dumpsters. $2-yard dumpster is $86.50, a 3-yard $92.50. And they keep going up exponentially from there.
They're trying to
Do I need to read any more from Apache?
They don't want it come out there anymore.
I don't think they offer residential anyway out there.
Well, it sounds like they're, if they are, they don't, they must not have enough customers.
Okay, I want to thank everybody for showing up and for having the questions you had. We will have a council meeting on October the 8th. We will be here at the park, and again, I don't know which building, this one or the big one, it'll be one of the two, whichever one they give us. This item will be on the agenda, and between now and then, we will take, at the beginning of that meeting, we will take input from the citizens and the residents there for y'all to let us know exactly what direction you want the council to go in.
Are those proposals going to be somewhere where you can read through them again?
Mickey, is it possible for you to scan the basic parts of these proposals and put them online? Do you have online service? Okay. As far as me going out and copying all of this, whoa.
No, I can stand it. I understand the contract.
The basic.
It's the money part, not the,
Oh, just the prices?
not the individual contract.
Yeah, the company and the pricing, okay. Anything else, folks?
What time is that meeting?
6:30.
Here or?
Actually, I think it might be here, but I don't know. It was written on the receipt. I think the first one.
They're trying to get them in here because they don't want to air condition.
Well, this one's really, I think, better.
Well, we can put people on both sides of the table.
Yeah. I just think it's easier to hear in here.
It is. The ceiling's a lot lower than everything else. We don't need a,
You can learn all about this politics stuff.
intercom.
You can do that.